Hey guys, welcome back to part 4 for this tutorial on how to build this traditional suburban style house. Here in this one we're going to be heading on to the interior. I plan to do the entire interior layout for the first floor of the house. I gathered up all the blocks we're going to be using here in this video, so make sure you have the dark oak planks, stairs, slabs, and trapdoors, then the stripped dark oak logs, and stripped dark oak wood, the spruce planks, chiseled quartz blocks, and quartz bricks, then the white and light gray concrete, some green terracotta, stone bricks, andesite, cobblestone, sea lanterns, and the iron trap doors. I'll head on inside, and I have the dark oak planks. I'm going to start by going through and just filling in all the floors here for this big open space. So I'll just head on over to this corner first. I'm just going to bring this straight across all the way till the edge of the brick and granite. So just straight across the front side here. And then this will just be brought straight into that corner. So you can see how it's just right up against this wall. Matched up right here to where the deck is. Go ahead and fill in this little bit of space here. And then, right behind that layer, I'll bring this straight across all the way to that corner. And then we'll connect into where we started. So now I'm just going to go through and fill in all the remaining space throughout the middle. Alright, so this big open space here is now just all filled in with some dark oak planks. Now make sure you're facing here at the front wall, where the main entrance is. I'm going to go through and fill in our extra layer of the wall here for the inside. So I am going to be sure to grab the light gray concrete. I'll just swap out, you know what, these quartz bricks we actually don't need. This is more of a furnishing block, so I'm actually just going to get rid of that. But now you can see I have the light gray concrete. We'll also be using the chiseled quartz, and I'm also going to grab this green terracotta. So, let's start with the dark oak stairs, and I'm going to look right above the front door, where we have the quartz stairs, and just have two upside down, just the same way that the quartz stairs are. I'm going to do that right here above the windows as well. Now let's switch to the light gray concrete. I'm going to go along the bottom and add the first layer of the wall. And you could just skip over the entrance and the little windows right here. And I'll just bring this over till we meet up where we left off at the dark oak planks. Now on top of that light gray concrete, we're going to have a layer of the chiseled quartz. Let's switch to the green terracotta. And right on top of all of that, we're just going to have 5 layers. And make sure to fill in the extra bit of space that's still going to be remaining right above the dark oak stairs as well. So just 5 layers of the green terracotta. Alright, so we have the front wall all filled in looking like this. Now let's look here to the left. We're going to have a doorway which is going to lead into the garage space here. And then I'm also going to have more of like a little furnishing cut out right here. We'll be sure to shape it out, but I'll be sure to do like all the final little touches when we start doing the furnishings. So, right here where we left off our wall, we'll just continue our same pattern. So we have the light gray concrete. It's just going to be one space like this. Is then the chiseled quartz, and the 5 extra layers of the green terracotta. Now make sure to swap to the dark oak trapdoors. So right up against this, I'm just going to have 3 layers of the trapdoors going up. Then I'll have the dark oak stair right above that. So now you can see I'm just starting to shape out where the doorway is going to be. I'll go ahead and fill in the extra 3 spaces of the green terracotta. And now where this extra 3 is, let's go ahead and bring this out another layer. And then 1 more after that. Now I'll go right below that final layer and just continue with the extra 2 spaces of the green terracotta, then the chiseled quartz, and the light gray concrete. And now we can finish off the other half of the doorway. So I'm going to swap back to the dark oak stair, have one up there in the corner, and then the trapdoors below that. Now let's switch to the stripped dark oak logs. I'm going to go another block further over and out, so just right here at this space. And I'm just going to bring it up by 6 in height. And now I'll skip over another 2 spaces to the left, so we're going to be here on this 3rd space, and I'll have another set of 6 of these logs. And now right in between those, at the space further back again, I'm just going to go through and fill all of this in with some chiseled quartz blocks, and I'll just bring it up to the same height as those logs again. Now make sure to continue with these stripped dark oak logs. We'll continue on towards the left, right next to the edge of the doorway. So right here, I'll just bring this up by another 6. Let's go to the other side here, do the same thing. And then I'll go out from the corner of that, so right here, have another 6 going up. So you should just have another space remaining until you meet up here where we have this pillar quartz block. And now over at the other side, lined up where this pillar is again, 1 space away from it, we'll have another 6 going up with the dark oak logs. And then I'm going to have another layer right in front of that. Let's go ahead and continue on with these stripped dark oak logs. And we'll just go right here where we just left off this set. So what I'm going to do is just work my way over towards the left and skip over these first 4. So here at the 5th space, we'll go ahead and have another pillar of 6. And now right next to that, we're going to go ahead and just go back 1 space. You can switch to the light gray concrete. I'll have just a single space here. And then the chiseled quartz on top of that. And then the 5 layers of the green terracotta. And now I'm going to have a 3 block wide doorway right here, which is going to be leading into a dining room space. So you can switch back to the dark oak trapdoors. Now just look right here up against a little bit of the wall. Bring this up by 3. Have the dark oak stair right above that. You can see we just have a little bit of extra green terracotta right above that stair. And now we'll go ahead and continue with these 3 spaces. Now I'm going to bring it over by another 3. Here at the final space, I'll go right below it, and I have 2 extra spaces of that green terracotta, and then the chiseled quartz, and the light gray concrete. And now let's continue on the other side of the doorway. So first, we do have a dark oak trapdoor here in the middle at the top, then the stair over here in the corner, and the 3 trapdoors right below that. We'll look back over here where we just left off. And I'm just going to continue the rest of the wall. So I'm just going to have 3 extra spaces like this. You can see I just have 1 more space remaining here in the corner. We'll just have our pattern right after that, so the chiseled quartz and the green terracotta. And now let's switch to the chiseled quartz blocks. And I'll go right next to that. So we're just leaving this corner empty. And I'm just going to bring out 3 of the chiseled quartz blocks. And then I want to make sure it's 5 layers in height. So now we just have a 3x5 with the chiseled quartz here. Now I'm going to switch to the stripped dark oak logs. Go out from the corner of this chiseled quartz. And I'm just going to have a pillar of 4 going up right here. Now let's go out by 2 away from that, so I'm going to be here on the 3rd space. And we'll go back to our pillar of 6. And then I'll go towards the left of that, skip over these 2 spaces, so here at the 3rd space, we'll have another pillar of 6. And now right behind this, we'll have 1 more. So right here is where the staircase leading up to the 2nd floor is going to be. And right below it here, I had a little bit of extra space, so I decided to add a pantry. if you want to be able to have a basement, instead of having this pantry space, you can instead have a staircase going down right here to a basement, right below where the staircase leading up to the second floor is going to be. Now let's go ahead and fill in the rest of the wall over here. So I'm going to start with the dark oak stairs and just have 2 upside down right above the doorway here. And now we're just going to continue with our same wall pattern that we did here. So you can switch back to the light gray concrete. Now just look here. We have that single space. And I'm just going to bring this over until we meet up just right here where we have the set of logs. That'll be fine. And now just everywhere else, right where that light gray concrete is, will be the chiseled quartz blocks, and then the 5 layers of the green terracotta. And now, before I forget, I do want to be sure to head back over here. I'm going to have a little bit of extra detail where we have this remaining space here. So let's start out with the dark oak stairs. I'll just look here at this left space first. I'll have a stair facing up, right there at the bottom. Right above that, I'll have a dark oak trapdoor. And then another stair upside down above that. At the next layer up, I want to have another upside down stair, just like this, just going out like that. Let's flip around over here to this side and do the same thing. So we have the dark oak stair down here at the bottom, the trapdoor right above that. We have our other stair, and then the other one going out. And now right in between these, we'll have 2 dark oak trapdoors. And then back to the stairs, I'm gonna have 4 upside down right in between these 2 dark oak pillars. So we just have this nice shape right around our doorway here. And now let's continue with the dark oak stairs. I'm going to have another 4 upside down right here where we have the quartz stairs at the outside. And now pretty much everywhere else is going to basically be left as it is. And when we start doing all of the furnishings is where we're going to be finishing everything else up. I do still want to be sure to have the staircase going up here to the second floor. We're still going to be sure to do the ceiling space all throughout here as well. But for like this space here and this little bit of empty space, I'm going to be sure to do all of that when we start doing all the furnishings. So let's go ahead and now just head on into here. This is going to be a small dining room. So first, let's just start with the spruce planks, and I'll just swap out the dark oak planks. I'm just going to go through and fill in all this space here with these spruce planks for the floors. Now let's start going through and filling in the walls. So I'm just going to be using some white concrete, the chiseled quartz, the stripped dark oak logs, and the stripped dark oak wood. So we'll just start with the white concrete, and I'm just going to go along the outer edge. So I'll just start over here. We have these 2 spaces. Bring this straight across here. Over into this corner. And then we'll just have this other space here. And then here you can see we just have 3 spaces. And then another 2 remaining here. On top of all that white concrete, we'll have 1 layer of the chiseled quartz. Make sure to skip over all the windows as well. And now I'll look over here first. We'll switch to the stripped dark oak logs. And I just want to make sure to have 5 layers in height. So you can see it's just matched up to the same height as the walls for that space. So on top of all of the chiseled quartz, we'll just have the logs going straight up. Alright, so we just have all the logs where that chiseled quartz was. Let's be sure to look here where we have our doorway. We're going to be adding a second layer right behind it. So we'll need the dark oak trapdoors and the dark oak stairs again. And it's just going to be the exact same thing. So I'll have the stairs in the corner, the trapdoors right below those, and the trapdoor at the top in between the 2 stairs. And now right above that, we'll go ahead and have some more of these stripped dark oak logs. Be sure to crouch and have it right here above the trapdoor as well, just like this. And in the floor, right where we have the doorway, I'm going to be sure to remove these little bit of blocks here, and just make sure to fill it in with these stripped dark oak logs. Just to add that little separation between the dark oak planks and the spruce planks. And now let's switch to the stripped dark oak wood block. And where we have all the rest of the openings, so pretty much where the doorway is and the windows, I'm going to have these stripped dark oak wood blocks right here. Still following that same pattern that we did, just going straight up and down. Go right above this window and do the same thing. And the same for these two. And now right above that, you could just go ahead and switch back to these stripped dark oak logs. And we'll just fill in that remaining space. So now we have all the walls filled in here, as well as the floors, for the dining room space. I'm going to go ahead and just leave it at that for now. I'm going to go through and do all the ceilings at the same time. So we'll go ahead and now head on over here to the garage space. So let's be sure to switch back to the dark oak stairs, and we're going to start by marking out where the staircase is going to be. So let's just be sure to flip around, and right here in between the doorway, I'll remove these first two blocks of the planks and replace that with the first set of stairs. Go down at the next layer, have another two here, and then down one more time and have another two. You should now be here at the main level where the grass is. And I am going to be sure to have another stair just curving out on each side. Now let's switch back to the white concrete. And I'm just going to go right here and pretty much just go up and around our doorway here. And now let's double up our doorway. So I'm going to have another dark oak stair right behind that first set. And then I'm just going to work my way down with some more of the dark oak trapdoors, all the way until we meet up with that second layer of the stairs. Oh, hang on. I see right here. Let's be sure to replace this little bit of these dark oak planks. And how about we just have... I guess we'll go ahead and just have some more light gray concrete right below that. That should be fine. Alright, so we have our doorway all shaped out like this. We got our staircase and the start of the wall with the white concrete. Now let's flip around, switch back to the dark oak stairs. Now I'm going to make sure to have two facing up, right below these windows, and upside down at the top. And now let's just flip back around over here to this side, back to the white concrete, and I'm just going to go around and mark out where the walls are going to be. So, right next to where we already have the white concrete, I'll just have one space here. And now we have to go out and around this layer of the light gray terracotta. So I'll just go out from the corner of that block, bring this over until we just meet up with the same edge as our garage door here, just leaving this extra space. Can't really fill all this in because we do have our lever right here. We'll just have one more space right next to that side. Head on over here to the left. We have these two spaces. Straight across all the way to the corner here. And then we'll go ahead and connect this straight over here to this side, just like that. So now you can see where all these walls are going to be marked out. Now I'm just going to keep bringing up this white concrete until I am 4 spaces after these dark oak planks here. So I'll bring it up to the same height as that garage door, and then another 4 layers on top of that. So at that same height, you can just go through and fill in all of the remaining space with the white concrete for the walls. So I have all of this filled in at this side. And make sure not to forget about the space going across above the garage door. So you could just go right here, straight across like that, and then do the extra space right above it. Alright, so now we have all these walls brought up here for the garage space. You can see we still have to do the floors. So in here is where we're going to be using the stone bricks, the andesite, and the cobblestone. And then for a light source, I'm going to be using the sea lanterns and the iron trapdoors. We'll also need a little bit more of the white concrete. So just pretty much everywhere where you still see the grass blocks, you could go ahead and remove the first layer. Alright, so I just went through and removed all that grass. And now I'm just going to have a mixed up pattern between our 3 blocks here. So it's just like how we did it for the driveway space on the outside. Alright, so we have all of that filled in. Now I'm going to go through with the sea lanterns and just carve out some spaces within the floor along the outer edge as a nice light source for this space. So how about we go ahead and just have one right around here in the middle. So I'll just carve out this space, then go down another layer further, fill this in with the sea lantern. And now you can see right here, this is where we're still going to need a little bit more white concrete. So go ahead and replace that. And then at the same layer as our floors here, I'm just going to fill this in with the iron trapdoor. And how about we now just go ahead and match it up to the other side. So I have another one right here. And then I'll do the same at this space here. And then maybe just one more here at the back. So just a little something like that. And we still have to go through and do our ceilings, which is actually what we're going to be getting ready to do here. How about before we go through and do all the ceilings, we mark out where the staircase leading up to the second floor is going to be. So we're going to be using the dark oak stairs, the slabs, and the planks. How about we just start with the slab? And I'm going to have it right here next to this pillar. And then you can switch to the dark oak stairs. We'll have 2 right next to that. And now, just work your way up in this direction by another 5 layers. So we already have this first layer, so it's going to be another 5 after that, to make it 6 in total. So, we have 6 layers going up in this direction. Now, you should be left with just 4 more spaces remaining here, which is going to be filled in with some dark oak planks. So pretty much just right here within the corner of the wall that we placed. And now you can look towards the right, switch back to the stairs. We'll have another 2 going up here. And then just 1 more layer after that. So this is where the staircase leading up to the second floor is going to be. You can see right here. How about we just go ahead and continue with the rest of this green terracotta and just clean up the rest of the space and fill it in. So let's just go through and fill all the rest of that in right there. So for now, I'll just go ahead and leave it like that. And now let's go through and start filling in all our ceilings. So how about we just start here in the dining room space first. So in here, we're going to be using the white concrete, the stripped dark oak logs, and the dark oak stairs. So we'll start with the white concrete, and I'm just going to go all the way up here to the top layer of where we left off these walls, and just fill all of this in. And now you can switch to the stripped dark oak logs, and I'm going to have 2 beams going across. So I'm going to leave 2 spaces here at the right. So here at the 3rd space, I'll just have this beam going across right here. Do the same at this side, so skip over the first 2 and fill in these spaces here. And now all along the outer edge is going to be the dark oak stairs, which is going to act as the crown molding. So there we go. And it is a little bit dark, so what you could do is just grab some sea lanterns and maybe just have these above some of the stairs. Add a nice light source up here. I am going to be sure to have a lantern hanging down right above where the dining room table is going to be, but that'll be something I do when we start doing the furnishings. But for now, we do have a little bit of an extra light source right here above the stairs. Maybe have another sea lantern over here at this side. Cover that back up. And do maybe just one more over here. Alright, so now this dining room space is all done and ready to be furnished. So we'll head on out. And how about we head on into the garage space next? How about we just go ahead and fill it in with the light gray concrete this time instead of the white. We'll still need some more stripped dark oak logs. And the dark oak stairs again. And then some sea lanterns. And how about we grab maybe some dark oak trapdoors, we'll see. So we'll go here at the top layer of where we left off these walls. And have the light gray concrete just all filled in. Alright, so just all filled in like that with the light gray concrete. Now let's have a couple beams. So I'll switch back to the stripped dark oak logs. And I'm just going to leave maybe 3 spaces. So here at the 4th space, we'll have a beam going across here. And we'll do the same on this side. So skip over the first 3 that's right here. And have a beam going across at the 4th space. And now let's go along the outer edge with the dark oak stairs. So just got that wrapping all the way around. Curved it right around the corner here as well. And now with the sea lantern, we'll have a nice light source. Just going right around, maybe like down the middle of where we have our garage door here. So we'll just line up with that. Maybe have a sea lantern here. A couple more down the middle. And one more over here. And I'm just going to use the dark oak trapdoors to cover this up. So just bring this straight across in the opposite direction of the beams. So now we just have some nice little bit of detail there in the ceiling and a nice light source. And one more thing, I do want to be sure to have maybe just a dark oak stair in each corner here with some dark oak trapdoors across the top and between those and below them, just to add a little bit more here around the garage door. And now I'm just going to leave it at that here for the garage. So we'll head back into the main space. And we'll go ahead and now do the ceiling here for this area. So in here we're going to be using the dark oak stairs again, as well as the stripped dark oak logs and the spruce planks. So we'll start with the stairs. And I'll just look over here where we have our staircase. I'll go at the top layer of these pillars. And we'll just have 2 upside down dark oak stairs like this. And then another 2 going across the opening here. I'll then just go right behind that and have another 2 upside down right here. So we still have enough space to go up and down where the staircase area is. So this is just going to be the start of the crown molding here for this space. So how about we just go ahead and continue it on right here. I'll just bring it straight across until that pillar. And now I want to be sure to just kind of wrap around here, work my way in by one space like that. And if I bring this straight across into the other wall, you can switch back to the stripped dark oak logs. And I'm going to have a little beam going right across here, just where these 3 spaces are. So just right below where we have the dark oak stairs here for the crown molding. Let's switch back to the stairs. And I'm going to go underneath our staircase. So right here, I'm just going to have 2 upside down stairs like that. And now you should still be able to see just the 4 spaces of the dark oak planks here. So let's just be sure to take a look at everything we just did so you make sure you do have it all correct. So we have the upside down dark oak stairs just wrapping right around here. brought over to this side. And then it goes back in just one extra space here where this pillar is. And then it continues on into this side of the wall. So right here, we did end up adding the 3 dark oak logs going across here for a little beam. And then just 2 upside down stairs right here. And then we do also have the other 2 here where the opening for the staircase is. Now let's just continue on with the rest of the crown molding. So I'll go ahead and just wrap around this entire side next. So go back over here where we left it off. Just connect right into it, bring this straight across. This will just be brought straight across all the way to that side, so very simple. Just like that. This will be brought all the way into that pillar. And now we're going to go out and around that. So just bring it out like that. Bring it straight across here. And then bring it back in here at this space. Bring it straight across over to that side. And this will just be brought over to that pillar. We're going to wrap right around that, so bring it back out and straight across over to that other pillar. Bring it back in right here. And that just connected into where we left it off here at this side. So this is what it's all looking like over here now. Now let's go through with the spruce planks at the next layer up, just right within all of the crown molding. I'm going to have a layer of the spruce planks. So just all within the inside, just where all that remaining space still is, you could go ahead and fill it all in. So now you can see, I just have it all filled in with the spruce planks, right within the edge of all the dark oak stairs where the crown molding is. And don't worry about this space here, as well as for this space. That's all just going to be taken care of when we do all the furnishings. I do want to be sure to look back over here though, and we could just go through and fill the rest of this side in of the staircase with some more of the green terracotta, just so that it's all filled in and done. So what I'm going to do is just follow right along the stairs and just have a green terracotta block going up. And that will just bring this up to the same height as that other side. Go ahead and do the same for all these other spaces, just fill all of this in. And I'm just going to leave it like that for now. So the rest of this we'll go ahead and finish off in the next video. So now you can see the entire side over here now is all filled in and looking good. And don't worry about the rest of the space here. As I mentioned before, this is just going to be something that's done when we do the furnishings. So now let's do the final touch here for the rest of the ceiling, and that's just going to be some beams. So let's look over here, lined up where we have this pillar. I'm going to remove this stair right here. If this stair ended up doing this and kind of like uncurving, you just want to make sure to fix it so that it's curved like that. Still looks like it's curving into the other stairs. So let's go ahead and remove this stair here as well. This one did the same thing, so just make sure to fix that. So, and I think what I'm actually going to have to do is maybe just place the beam going across first. So I'll just go right here at this space lined up with the pillar. Have the beam going straight across all the way to the other side. Remove this stair as well and fill that in. Be sure to go back over here and we'll have our stair right next to the beam like that. And this one we want to make sure is curving into it now. So it looks like that. Looks like it's curving into the other side still. Go ahead and do the same over here. Just have the beam going straight across. Go ahead and replace that stair. So now we have 2 beams going in that direction. I'm going to have another one lined up here where this pillar is. So let's remove this stair. Go ahead and have the beam going straight across like this. Do this stair as well. Head back over here and fix this one. Make sure these are all curving like that. And then right here at this space, I want to be sure to have another beam. So I'll just have this going straight across, just like that other one. Go ahead and remove this stair. Fill that in right there. Head back over here to this side and fix this stair here in the corner. So have it like that. And this one curving into it. Alright. So this is now what we have the ceiling space looking like here for the main entrance area of the house. So now we have all of the floors, the walls, and the ceilings all done here for the entire first floor of the house. Alright guys, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it at that here for part 4 for this tutorial on how to build this traditional suburban style house. If this helped you, be sure to please leave a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in part 5.